All right, let's get into the title and the thumbnail. So I got Lil Durk and King Von sued over FBG Duck, and we got Jay-Z's lawyer speaks. Let me reverse that. Let me go to Jay-Z's lawyer first. Okay. Since we in the year of the lawyer, the year of the truth, it was wild, man. Everybody just try to stay away from BS people and try to stay out of trouble and try to stay from around bad situations the best that we can, because people are out here on their money grab game, right? But when we talk about this situation, quick recap: Jaguar Wright, somebody who y'all know by now if y'all are on this channel. I don't rock with it all. I don't support. I don't believe. I don't got to keep tripping out on that. I'll wait until the next topic comes around to get back into the details of why I sit where I sit with her. Okay. But she goes on Piers Morgan's. Piers Morgan takes or edits the interview where she appeared while she was going at Jay-Z and Beyonce, called them monsters and all type of stuff. Um, Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyer hits Piers Morgan up, and we're gonna hear him speak about, what that process was like in a second. Piers Morgan had to take that down and apologize. Okay. We all assumed it was a cease and desist. I even had a video where the title said, or the thumbnail said cease and desist, right? Why else would Piers Morgan do it? But let's hear straight from the lawyer of what went down and why he stepped up to the plate.
This must have been shocking to you that somebody comes on a show and then kind of levels these vague-ish allegations. Were you kind of ready for something like?
Hold on. We ain't letting much slide, y'all. This is the Sorry True podcast. Do you just peep that even on the TMZ side, they're here doing an interview of the lawyer? The lawyer's name is Alex Spiro, by the way. I already started to Google him and start to do my little background checks on him. He doesn't look like he's for play at all when it comes to his clients. So, but what do you expect? Jay-Z and Beyonce are both worth combined over like $3 billion. They're going to have some no nonsense type of lawyers behind them, right, on retainer. But if you notice, even TMZ says vaguish, vaguish, vague, it, not Vegas, vaguish, that your claims are vague. Not the lawyer didn't say that. TMZ just said that. And that's what Jaguar Wright has been doing to a lot of people. And this is why she can be right with a lot of stuff. This is all right. Y'all know me. You just found the rant. It just popped into my head. Some people going to get offended. Brace yourself. You know where this shit works? Being vaguish, where you always have an out, you always have some proof, you're always going to have an ability to say, yeah, this is true though. It really worked. You want to know where that is the most prominent in the entire world? Religion. I said it. Religion. You have a lot of faiths that bank on that word, faith. Faith. Keep the faith. And also a plan. God's plan. If you got hit by a car, it was meant to be. It was in the plan for you. Yeah, I mean, like you go up into church this weekend and you pray, like, I just lost my job and I'm broke. I can't get my rent paid and all this type of stuff. Pastor gonna tell you keep the faith. This is all preordained. Like being vague-ish, like TMZ just said, is being in a spot to take a position where whether it goes right or it goes left, your message still can have some truth to it. That's what Jaguar Wright does a lot. A lot. And when you get up there with these vague-ish claims, talking about they're a monster, they're this, they're that. Oh, yeah, but they've been around the kids too. There was right. What's the basis other than just me being in the industry or you being a background singer for me once upon a time, or possibly being scorned, or me being friends with Diddy? You know, the five-finger fist of tyranny that she broke down in her Thanos bars, right? That she scripted. Like, where's your proof? Because even if I am this demon that you're running around and claiming I am to be, sooner or later, you got to prove it. And I'm going to keep saying it in as many videos as I remember to say it. You said you're here to protect the victims and you have your own tapes. Drop them. Where's the tapes? So sooner or later, you can't just be Vegas. You can't just deliver a message where you could sit in the middle, right? It's like, imagine I tell you this battle rapper right here, like 10 years ago, this battle rapper right here is bad business. And then 10 years later, on some other league, the battle rapper misses their flight or doesn't get all their money or has their own excuse or their own reasons or their own business conflict with the league. The battle doesn't go down. Controversy goes out. The league says this. The battle rapper says this. They're at odds. Who knows? I get to come out and say, I told y'all 10 years ago that the battle rapper was bad business, right? That's what she's doing in a lot of her shit. And Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyer came out and said, yo, shit like that, Piers Morgan, if you don't got no proof, we got a problem with you too. Vegas. That whole little segment that I just went into, I just popped into my mind just from him saying that one word. Not the lawyer, even the people interviewing the lawyer peeped it.
Like this to eventually happen?
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something.
Levels. He said rumors. There's nonsense. And then this is a step further. Rumors. Hey, we're hearing some little smoke over there. Is it fire or not? Rumors could go left. They can go right, just like being Vegas. Right? Then there's nonsense. Hey, Jay-Z sacrificed his nephew, the one that had the car accident. And the reason why he shot his brother as well is because he had this record deal they was going to sign. They said, we need to see a couple sacrifices from you. Or like Kanye and his mother, rest in peace. Kanye sacrificed his mother. Then it's like, that's a point for me where it's like nonsense. Like, I understand there's a level of conspiracy theory and all the blood oaths and the cult following stuff that people follow and get into. And there are some nuts in the world. Yes. I'm not naive and I'm not stupid, but I'm sorry. You're not going to tell me that Jay-Z sacrificed his nephew, that that's why he shot his brother on a song, You Must Have Loved Me. Kanye West losing his mother, the person that he freaks out over the most. He did that so he can go on and move up in the record industry. I have a hard time not categorizing that as nonsense. And then you have this. You're going to take rumors, you're going to take nonsense, and then you get to this third level, which is what this lawyer is explaining. Now you're running around on these big platforms and you're putting the bold accusation on me. Yeah, all right.
I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so,
I mean, a lot of us around the internet thought it was a cease and desist. And he said it wasn't a cease and desist. So he confirmed that, but he said it was an ultimatum. Now, I've been involved in cease and desist on both sides. I received them and I've sent them. I don't know how else to categorize that. I'm going to listen to the lawyer and what he's saying in this particular scenario because he represented it. But I don't know what else you call a cease and desist other than an ultimatum. I'm being real because I have my own experiences on both sides of the gate with it, right? Like, I might send somebody a cease and desist saying, if you continue to bootleg my content, this could be the ramifications. That's an ultimatum. No, do this, which is to stop doing it. Do this or else. It's an ultimatum, right? No, I might be missing something there, but whether it's an ultimatum or a cease and desist, whatever it is, it's somebody putting their foot down from a legal standpoint. I guess that's the main point that we got to walk away with.
I think he made the wise choice and acted accordingly.
He meaning Piers Morgan.
Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality or what have you, and lift.
I like that. Yeah, I like this guy. I like that he said that. He said that somebody on a so-called shot fired. On this channel, we're gonna pick out certain words at times. So-called media or journalistic platform, right? Went to that level. And what did I say on the stream when we were talking about Piers Morgan and Jaguar Wright? What did I say? You got people that's jumping out here, rightfully so, and they're saying things like, shouldn't Piers Morgan have vetted Jaguar Wright a little bit more, her background, her claims? Should he have vetted to see if she actually has any proof? Stuff like that. Um, that's just not the world that we live in. And that's what we spoke about prior when we're talking about media and these companies and these brands and these hosts being in a position where the money, the clicks, the viral nature, that's all the priority. The validity of my shit is secondary. You see my disclaimer when it starts, it says facts, check, opinions, check, lies, no. Right? So if I could get up here and state an opinion, I could be right or wrong, but I will make sure that it's put over as an opinion. The way that I say it and the words that I use, it'll be a clear opinion. My facts, I'll be able to actually go pull on and bring stuff up here to show you, like, what's the debate? This is actually a fact. Lies, no. So Jaguar Wright will take her own motives and create lies. She will literally lie on you and present it as a fact. That's the problem. That's a problem. That's one of many problems, actually, when it comes to people like her. But on the other side, the media that puts somebody like that on a platform, what did I say? Diddy is the biggest headlines right now. These are media outlets. Piers Morgan still has a platform to run. I don't care if your Club Shay Shay ain't gonna see all that wild stuff that Cat Williams said and edit it all out unless somebody comes to him with a problem. No, drop that. That's great content. And look what happened. It took his platform from here to there. One interview. Piers Morgan already got it, a big platform, but you can't just sit there in the space and just tread like this. No, every once in a while, you need some good content. You need some good people. You need to jump into what's being associated with the headlines. And that's what Piers Morgan did. I'm not shocked by it. Like when Jaguar Wright gets up there, I'm not shocked. Like, she's not there purely because of her. She's really there because of Diddy. Because of Diddy. Everybody's being looked at actually because of Diddy. Even his conspiracy theorists. That's how big the news is. And he's gonna come up there, and I know that's I definitely believe that's what was vetted. You know that this girl's gonna get up there and she's gonna do her 5 fingers of tyranny fucking breakdown rap song, rap bars and shit. And it's gonna go. It's gonna be views out the water. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't shocked, but the lawyer's sharp on it.
Lifted it up. And by doing that, they not only caused harm here, but they are also droning out the voices of real victims. And by doing that to get clicks.
Alex Spiro, I'm rocking with you, man. I like him way more off of one video. I like him way more than Diddy's lawyer that's out there running his mouth. The one that was like, you ever sit in the parking lot of Costco? You ever see what people walk out with? And then Costco came out and said, we don't sell baby oil. Stupid. He's over there getting Diddy in trouble. Alex Spiro, I like this guy so far, right? We never meet these people. And we had questions prior of why are these lawyers getting on TMZ and getting in on social media these days? It's just the times. It's the times. These are the platforms that can carry your message. There is a court of public opinion before there's a court of law. Right? Look what we're doing to Diddy. Diddy's convicted in a lot of people's eyes already. Okay. And these lawyers are using these platforms. Even the Houston lawyer that's representing the 120 victims against Diddy, all those people that have those alleged allegations, he's using the media and TMZ as well to play his chess game. Like when he gets out there and he says, we need people to come forward. If you are an enabler, if you're a business, an owner, if you profited off of this, if you possibly are in the room, he's looking to get more statements that's going to, basically back some of his victims' claims. And he's using these platforms to put out fear, to put out messaging, to try to get help. It's like putting up the wanted poster. But we ain't in that era anymore of walking around and stapling up a damn piece of paper to a telephone pole. We in the digital era now. Oh, the way to put that message up is to get on TMZ and see who comes back, see who calls the phone, see who puts a message on the hotline. I get it. I get it. So that's why this lawyer's here on TMZ as well.
He didn't just harm the Carters. What he did effectively was to drown out the voices of actual victims in an ongoing case, in an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part.
Are you in the process of making sure that it is taken down everywhere?
What I am here to say is that in a situation as serious as this, somebody who puts themselves out as a journalist should not effectively take advantage of the situation and exploit somebody in this way. And so that's the real reason for action.
Does it strike you a little bit that there's been a lot of silence in Hollywood in the wake of all of this?
Well, as to the Carters, I can tell you that when they put their foot down on something, as they did here, they are sending a message. And if they can't stand up and make sure right from wrong, then who can? I've always believed that the truth will come out in courtrooms, and I'm sure the truth will come out here.
Well, I don't know if the truth is always going to come out in courtrooms, but we hope that it does. We have a flawed system. We all know that. He said when the Carters put their foot down, they're sending a message. That was one thing that I also want to take away from this, because you want to assume that some of these people in these high positions of power, like a Jay-Z, a Beyonce, etc., even a 50 Cent, sometimes their lawyers react without, I don't want to say without cause, without the green light from the client. They're that tied in with their client. They know that much of what I need to move on, what I need to react on, what I need to protect. I was always curious, well, prior when this started, if it was the lawyer that initiated it, or if Beyonce and Jay-Z or one of them put the call in and said, yo, go. And he just clarified that. He said, the Carters, they put their foot down on this. So they were the ones that made the move and said, yeah, Piers Morgan interview. Nope. Go ahead. Go. Green light. Go get that. And he also said that they're making a statement. There's another video. I may play it. If I could find it again. There's another video that I saw this morning. It was going through all these big name celebrities that have won or sent their lawyers in different type of lawsuits. Reminded us of people like Cardi B for Tasha K, and T.I. and Tiny's recent suit when they won like a judgment for like 70+ million. 50 Cent, he went after that company that tried to act like they were involved in anything to do with extending his manhood or anything like that. And the list goes on and on. And I'm actually talking about it right now. We don't need to bring the video up. And the video goes into all these different celebrity examples of when they sent their lawyers. The video just came out. It's 100% inspired by Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's trying to make the point that, we see a history of sometimes these celebrities, they're going to go all out and they're going to spend their money. They're going to send powerful lawyers at you to protect their image, to protect their sales, to protect these false or these unproven accusations. And that's one thing that the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncés of the world will do. Lawyers have been here forever. People have getting sued forever. People have been getting in trouble for forever of pulling the type of stuff that Jaguar Wright is pulling on people so that you could try to capitalize. Right. The lawyer was clear about that. But when you're in the forefront, or when you're one of the biggest in the space to do something, that's when, you're setting an example. That's just how it goes. You got people that do things and they were way ahead of the curve and it flies under the radar. And Jay-Z and Beyonce coming out and stepping on such a big platform like Piers Morgan with an actual threat. Comply or this will go to court. That's what the lawyer broke down. Comply or else. He said he gave him an ultimatum. Okay. And Jay-Z and Beyonce sending that, and then Piers Morgan not only complying as a big platform, but also apologizing. Moments like that sometimes are like a reset button for the whole industry to see. for the Jaguar Wrights of the world, for the Charleston Whites of the world, for the me's of the world, for everybody to see and to talk about and to take note of, that whether you consider yourself media or journalist or a blogger, or hey, I just saw it and I just reposted it. Like, there's a responsibility that comes with this stuff. And if you can't maintain a level of responsibility on your own, then you will be forced to pick which way you want to go with it. Okay? Because if you jump on camera, you start saying, like, oh, yeah, this rapper over here is burning people and got STDs and all that type of stuff. And if their image is like selling sex and you put that on them as a journalist or media, that's damaging. That's damaging, B. I can have my opinions, you know what I'm saying? And there is a big line to draw when it comes to freedom of speech. But I don't got to get into it again. We spoke about it earlier in the live of the difference of what the Jaguar Rights of the world do. You walk around with your opinions and you push them as facts. And the type of stuff that you're saying, it's not even like, yo, I believe that this rapper shouldn't be on the Super Bowl halftime show because their last performances wasn't that good. And that's not my position with Lil Wayne. I'm just making an example. And, sue me over that versus me saying the reason why Lil Wayne should never perform at any show again is because he's always R-ing women. He's always invested in minors. He abuses drugs. He makes these little minors do drugs with him. I got some footage of it too. I just haven't released it yet. Just on and on and on with that type of stuff for years. I would deserve for Lil Wayne's legal team to come at me. That's not freedom of speech. I'm up here trying to capitalize on destroying this person's integrity or image with no proof and with just BS. Whether some of the stuff that I'm saying is true. Yeah, Lil Wayne does do drugs. Sips his lean here and there for all we know, or whether he quit or he's back doing, I don't know. Smokes his weed probably here and there, whatever. Like, didn't he have health issues behind it? Like, it's not alleged, right? But you want me to run around calling him a crackhead for 5 years and saying that because he's high on crack, that's why he keeps messing around with young kids? No, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got to keep delving into it. But, okay. Staying on legalities, okay? Very popular year for legalities. Lil Durk, King Von sued over FBG Duck. So it's Lil Durk and King Von's estate, I believe. Who doesn't know the backstory of this? I assume most of us know the backstory of this, okay? You got the whole BD and GD war in Chicago. And these are drill rappers. Do you still consider Lil Durk a drill rapper? I don't know. Classify him now how you want to classify him. Of course, he's commercial and he's mainstream, so you're going to get his features with Drake and all that type of stuff. He's got a lot of different types of songs, but every once in a while, he's going to jump on the track and it's, man, what? He's right back to his bullshit, his fuck shit. And I love the songs. I'm here for the music, but the whole killing of FBG Duck out in the Gold Coast in Chicago, a well-known high real estate and commercial area. A lot of us saw the video. The video came out. The video was disturbing. Was it the old Block 6 or the old Block 5? I know one of them took their own life. The rest of them are in jail as we speak, and they were convicted, found guilty, right? They had everything. They had the footage of these guys running out of the projects, getting into the cars, driving through lights miles away, pulling up, hopping out, jumping out, shooting FBG Duck, and then getting back in the cars and pulling off, and follow-up videos of the same cars parked up in the damn parking lot later on when Boss Top did his interviews. It's crazy, man. It's a lot. It's just a lot. It's a lot. The whole history of King Von and FBG Duck, and once again, the rappers from both the BD and the GD side, 63rd and Old Block and all this type of stuff. We've talked about it quite a lot. There's a million documentaries out on it. But now that there's been a conviction, FBG Duck's mother is always, she's been there, man. She's been very vocal over the years. She's rolled out like you would expect any parent to ride out for their child that was taken from her. This is her son, FBG Duck. I'm not playing into the whole is she violating the codes of the streets because she's from the streets and she snitching. I ain't playing into none of that. That's a mother. She lost her son. Her son was murdered. Was her son an angel? I don't think so. I don't know if FBG Duck killed anybody or did anything like that, similar to how we asked that question the other day about Julio Fulio. I don't know. I think I could confidently say that FBG Duck ain't no damn angel. Okay. But the man's life was taken. And his mother then has the ability to do whatever the hell she wants. Okay. So she's now bringing a suit towards the estate of King Von as well as Lil Durk. And let's bring the article up here before I get back into some of my reaction to that. Okay. So we see Lil Durk sued along with King Von estate and FBG Duck wrongful death suit. Wrongful death lawsuit. So here in this picture here, you see Lil Durk. That's FBG Duck's mother. You see King Von. You see FBG Duck. Rest in peace. Lil Durk, his only to family OTF record label, both, and his slain protege King Von's estate are facing a new lawsuit filed by the mother FBG Duck, who's blaming them all for her son's August 2020 death. Damn, time flies. So OTF as a record label is being sued as well. Okay. On Wednesday, Duck's mother, so this had to be yesterday, Duck's mother, I don't need to say her name, Miss Weekly, filed the lawsuit on behalf of her late son's estate in Chicago. The suit claims Durk's OTF struck gold with violence and reality wrapped through the actual violence committed against FBG Duck and the public at large, and even was that SUED, the music industry, for profiting off of Duck's death. Let's stop there for a second. I've seen that before, even in my own personal situations. People will try to, in lawsuits, try to justify or try to establish their losses, or sometimes they don't even establish or can't establish their losses. And there's other times where they'll also try to make a claim that you profited or you benefited. That seems to be, that's why OTF as a record label is mentioned here. Okay. So if you're saying, or the claim here and the suit is going to allege that I want OTF, I'm going to want proceeds from OTF, I'm going to want monies from OTF. OTF is also to blame here. But the profiting and the benefiting is that after FBG Duck was killed, OTF reaped the benefits from that or raised up from that. That's what that meant right there in the suit. Okay. So how do you prove that? That's tough. The burden of proof is always on the accuser, right? You accuse somebody, you bring a lawsuit towards somebody, you have the burden of trying to prove it, not the accused. I don't have to sit here and prove your case for you. You have to prove it. And for you to say OTF, let's say, blew up after FBG Duck's murder. Now, let's be real. A lot of attention was garnered behind FBG Duck's murder, behind anybody that dies, right? When Julio Fulio got gunned down in front of that hotel, who dropped a song 3 hours later? Young and Ace. Who dropped a video and a song again like a week later? Young and Ace. He's benefiting, he's profiting off of the eyes on him. He's benefiting off the time. That's real easy to see. The things that he's rapping about, the things he's saying, the Don Julio bottle and all that type of stuff. Then he goes right to DJ Academics, does an interview. The timing of it is all around Julio Fulio being killed. Okay. So you can trace some of this stuff, how a judge, a jury, an arbitrator, whoever would interpret some of these things and still deem that it's not really proven though. You got to leave that up to the legal process. But when people die, especially from drill music, being that drill music is popularizing people getting hurt, people getting killed, ops getting, who's going to win, who's going to up the score, who's leading the race, all of that. So FBG Duck being the biggest face of that side, on the rap drill side getting taken out and killed. That's a strike for all of them. Mimo 600 the same day cut on his camera. He was in the studio rapping and joking about it and smoking his duck packs. Lil Durk went live trying to establish his alibi from the plane or whatever. King Von had a bunch of stuff he jumped around doing. Muwap started picking up his music, right? He's got the sneakers with the duck flash in front of it and all that. And, you know, they started rapping and going live on Instagram and they had more attention. So I think common sense shows us that there's notoriety, there's music, there's more following, there's more views, there's all this stuff that comes from FBG Duck being killed that they exploited either intentionally or unintentionally. So I think that's clear to see, right? Now you're gonna say or be able to prove that Lil Durk now was able to sell more records or his latest video did, you know, 1 million more views because I don't know how you establish that, but we follow some of these people and these eyes come in an increased rate because of the drama that's around. So I understand that shit being in the suit. I just don't know how. Well, I'm not a lawyer. A lawyer got to prove it. I think it's very tough to prove some of that stuff, but we ain't gonna act naive. Like, yeah, people be coming up off of other people's losses and drama. It just is what it is. As some know, King Von's breakout single "Took Her to the O" makes mentioning of killing Duck in the lyrics, and has since gone triple platinum. Oh, we were just talking about this. So it's one of your, if not your most popular songs. It's triple platinum. We got some stats on it, and you got lyrics in it about killing Duck. So people could kind of attribute that. And you want to know what else you can do? And I've seen this legally myself as well. You do comparisons where you say, hey, look at the album, or not the album, look at the song that was put out January 1st. It did 1 million views. Then look at this song that was put out February 1st, a month apart from each other. And this one is talking about killing my son. And it did 10 million views. You got to pay attention to that. I know a defense could say this beat was better, this song was better, it had more marketing dollars behind it. He spent he pushed the video more, whatever. There's defenses that you can claim, but there's still question to call. I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this. And what's the difference here? The accuser is saying the difference from our standpoint is that this involved a topic about Duck. And we all know when you're talking about a deceased, the views are up. They say, give us our flowers while we still here, right? For a reason. Connect the dots, people. Connect the dots. The old black rapper was shot and killed November 2020. Alamo Records, Sony Music Entertainment Incorporated, Universal Music Group Recording Incorporated, Interscope Records, and Empire Distribution Incorporated are also named in the suit, allegedly promoting the Chicago gang war through diss songs. I'm going to tell you why. As big as that sounds, I understand it. We just heard some big entities and some big companies that are named in the suit. I spoke to a lawyer once upon a time about something. And there was multiple people on the ground involved with doing something. And then you had also companies tied in. And then also, I guess, parenting situations. This particular lawyer, I don't want to say her name. It was a she. And I was on a web conference call with her and another lawyer by the name of Jamar Creech, which now works for Romano Law. Crazy, right? I spoke about that prior. If you guys know why I said that's crazy. Let's talk about small world. But anyway, so I'm on a web conference call with Jamar Creech and this other woman from another law firm. My man Creech linked me with her, and we're going over the situations. And she was like, okay, so if or when we file, whichever one it is, we're going to go across the board. All these people will be in the suit. And I asked the question. I was just like, now, at this area over here, this side of it, or this piece of it, I feel has the least. They have liability, but I think they have the least amount of liability opposed to these people right here. You know what she said? She said, that's not how it goes. That's not how we operate. And it's also why I think to retain her, the price was through the roof. Creech, you remember my reaction when I heard the retainer price? I was like, what? I was like, damn. I understand. I get it. She explained it. She called it the terminology of scorching earth. That's what she said. She said, when we come, we scorch the earth. We're going to go after you. You got a hand in the pot. You got a hand in the pot. You did something. You were involved. You were an enabler. And we're going to put the whole shit out. And I was like, the way she broke it down, I was like, I get it. I understand. Powerful lawyers that don't play, and when they come and they really about their success and they win rate, it's that scorching the earth type of shit. You don't just say, hey, I got a problem with King Von's estate. Whoever's legally still behind King Von's estate. You say, no, Lil Durk, OTF, the label, the YouTube pages, the distribution labels and all this type of stuff. Because all of that is, if you're going to say that this person is benefiting off of the album sales increasing or whatever, well, who else is tied to the album being put out? Who made the album? Who distributed the album? Who got paid? And when the album got put on the shelf, right? That's how it goes. It might sound scary, but this is the legal world, people. Like, so I understand why she got all these other people in this shit. And this ain't you hear FBG Duck's mother, and I know she comes off with a certain type of perception online with her lives and whatnot, but you don't need to be the sharpest knife to do stuff like this. It be the lawyers. And the lawyers will see a case like this that's very, very public, involves the loss of life, involves charting artists like Lil Durk and whatnot, and big record labels behind you. And they're going to put some power behind it. And they're going to say, okay, Mama Duck, you step to the side. Our turn. Real talk. The suit also goes after the city of Chicago, claiming police and other emergency responders at Dolce & Gabbana store Duck was shot in front of left him bleeding for 17 minutes, wasting crucial time that could have saved his life. So that's where the city be settling them type of civil suits, man. Because I saw that get said. I don't know the truth behind it. I saw that get said in the past about like the ambulances couldn't make it through, while Duck was unfortunately sitting there on the floor fighting for his life. Even simple stuff like police blocking traffic. I saw a video on the internet the other day. It was a civilian that was following behind a cop car as if he was trying to pull him over. The cop noticed that the civilian was following him. The cop pulled over, but the way he turned his car, he kind of like turned his car damn near sideways in the middle of the street. He hopped out. He ran up on the civilian's car. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And the cop was all hyped like he was about to arrest him or shoot him or some shit like that. Civilian recorded him. He said, look at you. You're blocking traffic. You turned. I'm following you. I want your badge number. And I'm filing you. I'm calling it on you. I want your manager or your presiding officer. I want him here right now. Right now. When you turned just now, I got it on film. You didn't use your blinker. Now look how you park. You're blocking traffic. The cop's tune changed a little bit. Like, well, tell me what I'm calling him for. I gotta find this video and play it with y'all. He's like, why am I calling him? He's like, I want him right here, right now. You turn without your blinker. You're blocking traffic, and the way you're driving is erratic. That's right. I'm arresting you. He's like, wait, but the cop starts pleading a little bit. I don't advise anybody to try that shit, okay? Sometimes people get away with that shit, with acting like they're a cop towards these cops, and then some of y'all be trying to think that y'all know the whole law book. No, it's about right. I don't gotta do shit. I don't gotta put down my window. I gotta open my door, and you're gonna end up like Tyreek Hill, face down, and sometimes it's not worth it. And shout out to Tyreek Hill. So I'm with being compliant, people, but that shit is real. I gotta find a video. We're gonna watch it together and laugh. But anyway, point being, even simple stuff like blocking traffic. My points when I go off into these other branches on the tree, it's all relevant, people. I know that y'all know my personality by now. Blocking traffic. Let's say that there's a shooting in front of Dolce & Gabbana. Cops that arrive on the scenes are thinking can't have the scene tainted. by other witnesses and whatnot. They start possibly blocking traffic so that when the detectives come, nobody's touched the shells on the floor, or, this car wasn't moved and all this type of stuff. But if you're blocking traffic in a way where the emergency vehicles can't get through, especially when you start dealing with a high profile situation where everybody's gathering around to look and it develops a crowd. Next thing you know, these, the ambulance can't get to the actual victim that's laying there on the floor. Now imagine you being the mother of that situation. No, you got beef with the city. You got beef with the cops that blocked off that street. You got beef with the ambulance for not finding a way through, because medical reports show that he sat there and he fought for 17 minutes. A mother's going to have beef with that. I get it. I get it, dog. I really do. A lot of people named in this suit then. Okay. That's pretty much the end of it there. I will say this. Let me just go to Lil Durk for a second. When you got the killing of Young Dolph, and then you see in the recent trial how Big Jook, his brother, his co-owning CEO or whatever, was also named, right? Nobody's naive. People believe that if Big Jook knew, then, what's his name? Those two. What the hell is wrong with my brain lately? Who's Big Jook's brother that owns a fucking label? That's what Shorty. I'm going blank. My bad, y'all. But everybody's gonna assume that he knows too. Okay, it's no different here, where it's like, okay, you got Old Block. I got video of Lil Durk calling into Muwop and shouting him out and pushing King Von and recruiting him, to push his brand and all this type of stuff. And it's like, you guys are rapping about this stuff. Thank you, Chapo, Yo Gotti. I have so much hip hop in my brain and these scenarios and stuff that plays in my mind while I'm talking. It's like it moves a mile a minute. So yeah, Yo Gotti. So it's like nobody's looking at Yo Gotti like he doesn't know nothing. Like, get out of here. He possibly was involved, allegedly. You never know. And the same thing goes here. You look at King Von's movements. You look at all the dissing, and Lil Durk has been dissing FBG Duck his damn self on a million different songs, right? So it's not easy to be Lil Durk and just totally feel like you're in the clear, even if you got an alibi when Duck died and you were on some plane. Look at King Von. They said King Von wasn't there. That's already proven. That's on video and everything. King Von wasn't there. But look at these allegations and reports that he paid for it. He put the bounty on FBG Duck. That's what the suits and the talk begins. And you got a lot of people that are saying that if King Von didn't die when he died, then he would have already been under indictment with the old Block 6 as well, right? He would have been right there as well, getting brought up on charges. And even King Von has lives and blogs, videos saying that. Yeah, I'm trying to get this music off before, the feds come get me, whatever. He felt pressure. The whole old block felt pressure. They started getting off of Instagram because they would go live, and then fans would join their live saying like, yo, we know that you did it. We know that FBG Duck, whatever. And they would just cut their lives off like, fuck, damn, they on us. Streets is on us. Yeah, the streets and the internet, it's another whole force of detectives that you got to deal with, not just the actual detectives that's walking in and out of the precinct. The internet detectives are there too, and they got y'all asses as well. They like, oh, what's up with that Chrysler 300 in the background during the bus top interview? That's the same car. Blah, blah, blah. That's what happens, right? So Lil Durk got a lot of shit on him, and I'm gonna be real. After Duck was killed, I mean, people be thinking that you get arrested the day of. You can be brought up on your charges a year later, 2 years later, 3. FBG Duck was killed in 2020. The old Block 6 faced their charges this year, right? And it was over a year before they even started getting arrested and everything. It could take a day, it could take a week, it could take a month, it could take a year, it could take 2-3 years. People be thinking that nobody's watching them, or they got away, or it's over. And even if you did semi get away, meaning like, okay, it's 2 years later and we still are not looking to put charges on you, that note still sits right there. like we still look at Little Durk for this stuff or any involvement or his associations. We still look at him. We don't have anything solid right now that we want to go put him in cuffs and bring him in and charge him and indict him. But we got some notes around him. And that's always going to be the case for the Yo Gottis of the world or the Little Durks of the world. You're always going to have law enforcement with the notes around your name. You're on their radar, right? And at times where if you feel like I got away, that's when it's just like, yo, go sit down. Don't rap about Duck no more. Don't play none of these street games no more. Just leave all this shit alone. You may have caught a break. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Right. And here you go now with Little Durk's name getting attached to some of this stuff. And remember, we just seen this happen with Diddy. There are times where civil suits will turn into criminal suits. Cassie went and did her civil suit. Feds came and they said, thank you. We want all of that information involved. And, what they say it now, the feds was the ones that put out the actual Cassie tape. It's not confirmed, but makes sense. Makes sense that they was on their chessboard to put out that imagery of Diddy, ruin his reputation, have him found guilty in the court of public opinion. No different to me than how reports come out of 1,000 baby oil bottles, not 998, not 467, the flat number 1,000. The number resonates. This is chess at its highest level, people, and it works. So, I think the Little Durks of the world, who allegedly played very, very close to a lot of this stuff going on for many, many years, for the rest of his life, he needs to be very, very careful, whether it's civilly or criminally. He needs to be very, very careful. And we'll see how this plays out. Mama Duck, she ain't been playing about no games when it comes to her son. And here she is now going at record labels and Duck and the city for the ambulance, not being able to deliver medical services as her son sat there on the floor. Yeah, she ain't playing. She ain't playing. But chat, appreciate y'all rocking out this morning. I'm gonna go get up out of here, man. I don't think I can make it this afternoon. I got some interesting stuff I need to get to. I'll save it for tomorrow morning. Keep your eyes out, man. Drop me some comments. Hit me on Twitter. Keep me in the loop of things going on. I appreciate everybody that's helping the podcast grow because I can't see everything. I can't be everywhere. I even have personal friends of mine, associates of mine, whatever, texting me stuff. It's so dope how we're growing this together, man. I got friends of mine texting me, hey, did you see this? Make sure you got this covered. And I'm like, bet, good looking. My man Chris was the one texting me the other day. He's like, yo, you see the 50 Cent post about Dahlia Graves? I'm like, oh shit, nah, I see this, good looking. So I'm totally confident and secure in myself. I don't want to get up here on camera and act like, all right, so I'm your all-knowing Lord of the Rings seeing Sauron eye. No, I gotta see what's going on as well. I mean, and y'all definitely hit me to a lot of stuff, so I appreciate y'all. But we're gonna keep it pushing, y'all. Happy Thursday. We out of here.